Hello! Welcome back to the build of the Mechanoid Horse from UGears. In this video, we will finish up the interior of the horse, including 3 gear assemblies. Let's get started. After laying out the parts for the first gear, put them together from the center piece outward. Note that the teeth on the first 2 discs must point in the same direction. Then add a spacer, a gear, and another spacer on each side. Much easier than the gear in the last video. Next are the 2 gears that hold the rubber band. The assembly seems straightforward, except for the discs inside the ring, which require some explanation. The instructions imply that these discs come as a single connected piece, but actually they are 10 individual discs that must be separated and sanded smooth. I will explain their purpose in a minute. Leg and eighth provides a brief but welcome distraction. Start the gear from the center and assemble one side. First insert the large disc and then the small disc. Next, put the large ring on top, roughly centered. Then one by one, add the tiny discs in the space between the disc and ring. Adjust the position of the ring if necessary. Now that you have packed the discs, add the end piece. Make sure the ring turns. Turn the gear over and add 4 U-shaped pieces to the center. Make sure that the end piece is not pushed out of position. Now add the other large disc, inserting the ends of the U-shaped pieces. Keep shifting the pieces until everything fits together. While Ed is working on that, I'll explain the reason for the tiny discs. The large rings will be the main attachment point of these gears to the body of the horse. A rubber band will be wrapped around the gears and store tension, which will put a lot of stress on the gears. Making the gears with a solid wood ring would cause the gears to jam against the body when under stress. The disc bearings distribute the stress so that the gear can rotate smoothly. Meanwhile, Ed has finished adding the large disc. Now add the small disc. Center the ring and add the 10 tiny discs inside the large ring. Once all of the discs are in, add the final end piece. This whole process is repeated for the final gear. Only the end pieces are different. Leg and eighth break. Now, to complete the body. Before adding any of the gears, pull the thread and rubber band through the upright pieces toward the back of the horse body. Pull them all the way through and lay them on top of the body to keep it out of the way. Now add the 2 larger gears to holes at the back of the body. Then pull the thread through the 2 gears, first over the top gear, then forward between both gears, and finally under the bottom gear to the back. Leave everything loose. Next, add a large disc on top of the larger gear at the center of the body. Check the orientation. Then add the smaller gear below the large gear and mesh it with the ring. With all of the gears in place, it's time to add the second outer body plate, similar to the plate for the other side. This has to be inserted onto several posts at the same time. Again, work the plate on gradually, pushing at one point and then another to slowly move the piece into position. Check the position of the gears from time to time. The back 2 gears have a tendency to move out of position. The final step is to hook the end of the rubber band on a notch at the back. Pull on the thread at the end until the rubber band pokes out of the back. It takes quite a bit of pulling. This is why the string has to be strong. Ed has to break out his high magnification visor to finish the task. Now take the loop at the end of the string and put it over a notch. With only 2 hands, this can be a challenge. Success! To finish, cut off the string dangling from the end. You have now completed the body of the mechanized horse. Check the gear train and the locking mechanism. If you lock the top latch, you can turn the key forward to move the pendulum directly. If you release the latch, which locks the gears, and turn the key backwards, when you lock the top latch, the pendulum will run from the energy in the rubber band. Congratulations! You have now made a legless mechanical horse. Next time we will work on the gears that move the legs, and after that we will assemble and attach the legs. Thanks again for watching. See you soon, and if appropriate, happy holidays!